But why does God allow Satan to tempt us? I was talking about the new creation product. How many of you want to produce something, you do not consider the survival of that product? There are certain products that if you expose them to heat, they will melt, like plastic. How come that when you are producing pot for cooking, you don't use plastic? Are you following what I'm saying? It means you are considering the adverse environment that may not be compatible to what? That product. So when you are producing pot, you look for aluminum, you look for steel, so that you know it's going to sit on fire. So when God was preparing the new creation, God didn't just mass produce new creation. He put one example prototype. It's a marketing law. I've taught it here before. Every product you see in the market, like these phones, first come like design. After design, they do a prototype. After a prototype, that prototype goes into the market. Like this microphone is a prototype. It was given to us free. The company that produced it first sent it to the market so they can get feedback, how it is doing. If there are any problem, they will go back and correct it before they now mass produce. You don't want to mass produce something and sell to the market and find out that it has fault. Do you understand what I'm saying? So God first created the firstborn, Jesus, and sent him into the earth. So heaven was watching to know whether this design can be able to accomplish the work called dominion, can exert dominion in the midst of where Satan is. You don't want to create a product that's supposed to dominate and then you realize that Satan is stronger than him. You just release him, realize that demons are taking him out anyhow. So it's good that when you finish producing, before they send it to you, don't you know that part of what they use to produce that thing is fire? Like when you look at the pot, the steel pass through heat in its formation. So they factor in your environment of operation to know whether you can survive what. So they cook you like that. So you see, God does not want to thrust you out and now realize that you are half-baked, you are not ready. The whole purpose of God fails. So he calls external invigilator. Like when you have done lectures from year 1 to final year, in your final year, you have done project. They do what is called project defense. Am I correct? And most times, those your lecturers that have been correcting you, you don't like, you say that cancel, they will now sit down. A man you have never met before will now come, who doesn't have any connection to you. He will be angry with you as he's asking you a question. He wants to prove that they are not even teaching you anything in this school. This school that is answering you and is only a mouth. So he will bombard you with questions. Do you like eternal invigilators? They are not your uncles, they are not your brothers, they are your friends. You don't know, they're strangers. But the school will pay them and invite them to come and examine their own students before they can award them certificate. Satan does the job of external invigilator for God. External examiner. So when God finished saying, "This is my beloved son, in whom I am well pleased," before you say it is subjective, let us put it out for a test. Leave him alone with Satan. Let's see whether this guy is really what we say he is. So they sent him to the wilderness and left him with the devil. If he survives the devil, then we can send him into the world. He can survive. Because this is the one you want to use to save the world. You don't want to hide him from devil and hide him from devil and then go and release him without facing Satan in a world that Satan has control over. The time Jesus came here, the person controlling the system was who? Satan. He told Jesus, "Bow down and worship me, and I will offer you this kingdom of the earth and this glory. It has been delivered to me." So the Satan that Jesus met on earth was not a disarmed Satan. It was a Satan that was in charge. That's why God allows Satan to come and tempt you. He doesn't want to hide you and hide you and hide, and then release you into. He said, "I send you like sheep among what? Wolves." So how do you want to go as a sheep in the midst of wolves and you have not met one wolf before? So it's for your good. God allows it for your good. Why did he pass them through the wilderness? Because he hated them. because he cannot give them speed, because he wants them to suffer a little. He said, lest they see war in the land. That means because he knows there is war where they are going to possess. For them to enter the land, they have to conquer in warfare, then they will take their inheritance. So let me pass them, let them be toughened. Let's simulate an atmosphere through the wilderness that will make them tough. When you see how a soldier is being trained, sometimes you would think that the person that is training you is wicked. Why are they treating me? Why are they doing like this? Sometimes they create simulated environment. You see them swimming through a muddy water in a tunnel. It's a simulation, no? Because they are thinking that in real life, you might be traveling and then plane may crash and where people fall into maybe a swamp and you need to survive. Sometimes they intentionally don't give them, supply them food, allow them to be hungry. Because sometimes when we are fighting, we may be cut off from supply of food. The enemy may cut off supply of food. And here we need to survive and keep fighting. So you see, a soldier is trained with adverse conditions. Because you don't want him now to be a Gibraltar military man. In the morning he say, when is the tea coming now? The bread. You are going home. Maybe you are traveling back to Neo. You see a soldier standing on the road. He's under rain. He's standing on the road. In the morning, you may be coming back by 12. He's still standing. Maybe he has sat down a few minutes and returned back and still standing. How many of you are with me? So I'm showing you that it is not because that God wants you to be destroyed that he took you through the wilderness. It's because he wants you to be able to take the land when you arrive at the borders. He doesn't want you to get to the land with milk flowing, honey flowing. You say, I can't. And start running back.